Hi, my beautiful witches. Listen, B, this is Way Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. You may hear a lot of noises today, which is because my door is open. I am burning some incense today. I had the urge of burning some incense today. I need to burn this particular incense today. It's 7 African powers that I found in one of the botanicas and close by, and I need it today. I need it. So we're gonna be having this incense today, burning while we do this video, and you might hear some of the bugs outside because I live very close to the water. I have a little stream in the back of my house. I have a lot of crickets, a lot of different type of cicadas, and bugs outside that make a lot of noise. So I hope you don't mind. How was your last week? Mine was pretty brutal. I was very, very, very busy. So in that note, I want to tell you guys that if you are one of those people that have written me an email this past week, this past couple of days, an inbox, a comment or something, and I haven't answered you yet, is because I truly have been extremely, extremely busy. So please hang in there. I'm going to get into that before Wednesday, or by Wednesday, I should say that. As it is today, I'm starting this video extremely late because witches, I love to go into tangents. When I start doing something, I get so distracted about all the other things that I want to do. It's absolutely crazy. So crazy. I know I shared with you guys a little video yesterday on how frustrated I am on specific books. So sometimes you spend some money and some time and energy trying to read these books because you think they're going to do something for you. And in reality, it's more of the same, or they're absolutely so boring. I have shared with you guys my dilemma and my conflict, or at least a conflict that I have with deities. You guys know that I don't see deities the way people do. So you can say that White Raven is an agnostic witch, So it's so hard to... I wish somebody will stand up in our community, somebody that is agnostic, and write a book that is going to inspire me. Because right now, most of the most popular writers that we have in witchcraft are very religious. And I'm tired of that. I can't relate to books like that. And it makes me feel so out of place. So like... I'm not like everybody else, and sometimes that's good, but sometimes I really wish there will be more writers that write their books with more of an agnostic approach, and it's not to say that if you're religious and you believe in gods and goddesses, it's bad. I don't. I am very conflicted about that, so whenever I read a book that has such connotation, in regards to goddess and gods, it's just so hard for me to relate. It's hard for me to get into the book. And I'm really disappointed about one specific book that I was very excited to have. I have it, I'm reading it, but it's not doing anything for me. That's not to say it may do a whole beautiful bunch of stuff for somebody else, but for me, it's not doing absolutely anything. And I feel really frustrated about that. But on a different note, I'm going to tell you what book is giving me life. It's absolutely giving me life. I gotta tell you again, which is Judy Kailis. She is freaking 10 out of 10. Judy Kailis. There is nobody like Judy Kailis in my eyes. Before my eyes, Judy Kailis has a style, has a way of transmitting magic. She's just so amazing. I purchased this book, Daily Magic, and I shared with you guys. And listen, every day I open this book, right? I opened this book today. I opened this book ever since I got it. And it feels like she adds a heartbeat to every day. There is so much for me to learn about every single day that I am living. And I am so excited that I have this book with me because she is teaching me so many things that I did not know before. And the beautiful thing is that I can learn something new every single day with this book. So which is, if there's one book that I highly recommend for you to get right now, is this one. It's not that she's going to be teaching you how to do witchcraft and how to be a witch, but if you are already a witch, you're greatly going to enjoy what she's teaching you every single day with this book. Yeah, there's many books about 365 days of magic. Last week we talked about the 365 days of hoodoo, but this is a different book from all those other books that you may be used to, like the Llewellyn 365 Days of Magic, like the Daily Magic Spell book. This is completely different, absolutely completely different. Now, this takes me into what I want to tell you, which is that today is a great day for mirrors scrying. You guys know that I have my super beautiful black mirror for scrying right here. So I'm going to be doing some scrying tonight. And on that note, this is another book that I really highly recommend. A couple of weeks ago, after I did my black mirror for scrying video, a lot of you guys request for me to do a video on mirrors, and that is something that is coming up very soon. But for now, which is, I want to really suggest for you to get this book. It's by my beautiful friend Mickey Mueller, and it's Witch's Mirror. And this is the book that I'm going to suggest for you to really, I'm not going to suggest, I'm going to strongly suggest, because it has so much information when it comes to mirror magic, and so many of you guys have requested this. So two books that I highly request right now. White Raven is telling you about two books. You asked me, and I am telling you right now. Judica Ellis, Daily Magic. Mickey Mueller, Witch's Mirror. Those are two books that I highly suggest. Now, there are two books that are coming up very, very, very soon. And it's Jason Miller, Consorting with Spirits. And also Miss Aida is having the release of her book on November 1st, and it's all about court magic, justice magic. So I'm going to put in the description of my video the two books. Jason Miller's book is coming next year, but Miss Aida is coming in a couple more weeks. So I strongly suggest for you to get that book. I already pre-ordered it. I'm super excited to have it. We already have talked about Miss Aida in previous videos. I have shared her spells with you guys, so I strongly recommend that you get her books as well. Today I'm going to talk about everything about charm bags. And over here in the United States, we call them Mojo bags. But in reality, the correct name for it is charm bags. A charm bag is an amulet intended to be carried, worn, or put in an auspicious place or special place at home so it can carry out its intended magical purpose. Most of the time, these amulets are for protection or for empowering the person that is wearing it or carrying it. Some of the most common names for these charms are Mojo bags, Gregory bags, a hand, a medicine bag, Toby, Wanka bag, Gilly bags, sachets, Putzi in Romani, and please make sure you understand I said Putzi, not something else, which by the way, Putzi means pocket, which is exactly where the Romani people carry these baggies. I want to make a parenthesis. Do you know any gypsies? Here where I live, I have a big community of gypsy people, and I gotta tell you, they're such beautiful, good-looking people. but they're good at what they do, which is they're good at what they do. And it's really funny because at least in Puerto Rico, when you're doing your spiritual chart, it tells you the type of spirits that are walking with you. And as a matter of fact, there's a gypsy walking with me. So I honor my gypsy ancestor that is walking with me. But I tell you right now, they're really good at what they do, and I'm not going to elaborate. They also call it a bag of blessings, and there's many more. Before I continue, I want to make a parenthesis, and I want to add that a packet congo is not the same as a mojo bag. Sometimes they get mixed up together, but there's certain things that do not go under the umbrella of a charm bag, and a congo packet or packet congo is not the same as a charm bag. Now, which is mojo bags or charms bags are literally alive. And since they are alive, they're not only our allies and they're here to help us and protect us, but we have to feed them, and we have to do this at least once a week, or according to whatever schedule, if you're the creator, designed for this bag. Now, since so many of us call these baggies mojo bags, according to the online etymology dictionary, mojo is probably Creole in origin compared to gula moko, which means witchcraft, fula moko o, which means medicine man. I wanted to add that in there just in case you want to know where the word mojo came from. So what are charms bags made out of? Well, they are made out of felt, they are made out of flannel, they are made out of silk, and they are made out of leather. A lot of the times we're going to be filling these bags with things that are very powdery. So what is suggested is that you put your mojo bag inside a leather bag so the powders do not seep through the fabric. So this is one of the reasons why people actually put these mojo bags in leather bags. The most common color for these baggies is going to be red, but that's not necessarily something that you have to do. You can absolutely use any type of magical color or correspondences of colors when creating your bag. So if you want to do a prosperity bag, so you can use a green bag. If you want to use a love bag, then you can use a red bag or a pink bag, and so on and so forth. You follow me? But let's make very clear that the most popular color for a charm bag is going to be the color red. The bag is going to be divided in three parts. Witches, and understand that the bag is actually going to be the skin of this ally that we're going to be creating, because I love something that I read in the Black Folder book, and let me tell you something, which is you must go into the description of my videos, because I'm going to put in there the books that really inspire me to do this video today. There's a lot of information out there on charms bags, and before we do a spell, our spells will work so much better if we understand where they're coming from. So many people come into different channels and they go into the internet to just fish for spells, and if you do not know the basic origin of all these spells, of these rituals, your spell is going to be so much weaker than if you actually took the time to understand and the logic and the history behind the spell that you are making or the ritual that you are creating. So please, witches, take the time to understand what you're doing, because it's going to empower the way you feel when you are creating and charging what you are doing. So again, the bag is going to have three parts. The first part that we're going to be addressing is going to be the body of the bag, witches, and the body of the bag is going to be composed by the ingredients that you're going to be putting inside that bag. So that bag is going to have some herbs, it's going to have some minerals, it's going to have some curios, it's going to have some dry flour, it's going to have some very powerful items that are going to assist you when giving the bag a task. The second part of the bag, witches, is going to be the mind. So what is the mind of the bag? And understand, witches, I'm telling you this because this bag is legit going to be alive. If you can imagine that you're going to give birth magically to a new creature, and this creature is going to be your Mojo bag, your Gregory bag, your Pootsie bag. So when you're thinking about your bag, you also are going to give your bag a mind. And the mind of the bag, witches, is going to be your petition. Are you writing down a petition into your bag with the things that you actually want that bag to do? Is it a prayer from the Bible, from whatever religion you like? Is it a poem that you love? Is it a quote that you love? That is going to be the mind of your bag. It's very important that you are aware that when you're writing all these petitions, you are very clear with what you want, and you are not willing something, you are not wishing something. No, you see it through. This is something that you're going to write down already, seen, done, and through. Now, last but not least, and this is probably the most important part of your bag, that is, which is the soul. And it's so important that you understand what you're doing when you're creating your bag. Now we're going to add the soul of the bag. The soul of the bag is going to be your personal matter. Things that are yours, your hair, your nail clippings, things that belong to you. If you're doing a love bag, then your underwear. If you're doing something for you, your hair, your nail clippings, that is part of your soul. But most importantly, which is your breath of life. Because once you have your baggie with you and you put all the ingredients and you put your petition, you close it and you're going to add the soul. And you add the soul by breathing onto your bag. That breath that comes from you is life. You breathe life in your creation. So it's very important, which is that when you are going to sit down to do your bag, you are very in tune with what you're doing, with the life that you are creating. So now, how are we going to dispose of our bags? Let's say we made a bag for love and everything came to realization, or we're going through a court case and we made a bag for our court case and everything came out the way we wanted, and we don't have any more use for these bags. How do we dispose of the bag? So there's a few ways that you're going to dispose of the bag. You can bury the bag and just let it be. You can also, which is scatter the insides of the bag into the wind. If you have a specific spot that you can actually be in private and you can just scatter all the ingredients that you put inside the bag into the earth and give it to Mother Nature, then by all means do that. If you don't, you can burn the entire bag and then dispose of the ashes wherever you please to dispose of those ashes. I will recommend for you, witches, to dispose of these remnants in a beautiful way. Try to do some kind of ritual so you respectfully give back to Mother Nature all the herb that you have gathered from the energy around you into this bag that has assisted you for so long. So now, my beautiful witches, we're going to be making a charm bag to strengthen our magical powers. So when we are working our magic is strengthened. So I'm going to put my petition in here. Inside that little roll of parchment paper that I put some of my hair and my nail clippings. And in here, witches, we are going to put a few things. We're going to put a quartz. a magnet. We're going to put a moonstone. And we're going to put equal parts of jasmine flower. In this case, I put 1 tablespoon of everything. We're going to put a tablespoon of fennel. We're going to put a tablespoon of rue, which is all these products are going to be in my website this weekend. You are going to also put a tablespoon of ginger. We are going to close this bag, which is different people do different amount of nuts in the bag. You can do 3 if you want. You can do 9 if you want. Or if you have a preferred method of tying up baggies, then you do whatever amount of nuts you want. After that, witches, I am going to breathe life into this bag. Now that she is here, witches, I am going to have my psychic oil, and I'll have this pretty soon in my website so you can also use it. And I'm going to feed this bag with psychic oil. The best time to charge this bag is going to be on Halloween night. So this is why I'm sharing this bag with you, because Halloween is coming up soon. I'm going to have everything that I put in here in my website. If you actually want to do this and you don't have the ingredients, you can charge this on Halloween night. And you can keep it under your pillow, or you can keep it in your altar, and you're going to use it every time you are doing spells in order to empower them even further than what you think. They could be empowered. Now, witches, let's talk about the way we can feed these bags. We can feed this bag by putting them around in our incense. You can feed this bag by pouring oil at least once a week. Like, for example, I use my psychic oil on this bag. I will be using the same oil every Monday to feed it. Or you can add some type of alcohol beverage into your bag. And when I say alcohol, please do not drench the bag in alcohol. You can put just some drops of alcohol in your bag, and you can use whiskey, you can use rum, you can use any alcohol that you feel is the one alcohol that that bag in particularly needs. And that's it, witches. That's all I have to say today. I think I talked to you guys for a very long time. I hope you grasp some of the importance of what charm bags are, and they're not necessarily just Mojo bags. Honor whatever it is that you're doing, witches. Honor it, respect it, and put your heart and your soul in whatever it is that you are doing, even if it's not your culture. As long as you put your heart, your love, and your soul into it, and make sure you respect it and honor it. That's it, witches. Please visit my social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And remember, I have an awesome website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com. I love my website. I'm going to be putting some of the ingredients that we use in here today, so at least you have somewhere to purchase them if you cannot find them. Learn how to create your own bags. Use your intelligence. Use your brain, witches. I give you all the time books for you to empower your life as a witch. It is always awesome talking to you, witches. If you have any questions, please email me at layerofthewitch@yahoo.com. And remember, I don't work for anybody. Other than that, please stay very, very, very smart, witch. But above all, you must stay so very wicked. Bye.